We're back, guys. We're back, guys. Part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, you can go check it out on the DJC channel where Bonnie does my makeup blindfolded, but now we're gonna switch it around. We should click and then switch. Switch. 3. Okay, I don't know if that works. I'm gonna put this blindfold on and I'm gonna try to do Bonnie's makeup and ask her some questions about high school years.
Oh my gosh!
What?
That's so much!
Really?
No. You fix this first. Give me a hand. My heart. Okay, whatever.
Bonnie, what was your favorite subject in high school? Can you tell me?
History. But ironically, I did not take it in. I did not take it in HSC.
You gotta get the neck, guys. Way too much.
Rachel, you squeezed a quarter of the bottle out, and that was not.
Oh my god, it's not
Guys, a lot has been sacrificed for this video.
What's like your favorite story from a DJC camp?
Okay, this is a very memorable moment for me because this was my first DJC camp. On the trampoline with this dude, I was jumping, and then I tried diving underneath him. I forgot my rules about physics, and when I dived underneath him, obviously the trampoline's gonna sink with my weight, so yeah, I kind of like bruised his balls a bit. And it was really awkward because you had to ice it for the rest of the camp. I was so traumatized because my ears were on fire from that collision. Yeah, it was just not good on both parties.
Bonnie, how did you balance spending time with God and with your studying in high school?
Okay, to be honest, in my junior years, spending time with God did not exist. I remember in year 12, that's when my faith, I guess, became a bit more serious for me, and I realized that I actually needed God to help me, and I could not do this by myself. I'm gonna be real with you. This is an honest video. I hated reading the Bible. It was so boring. Like, I would open it up and I'm like, what does this mean? And especially when you try reading it from the start, if I do have tips to offer, it would be to just find how you connect with God.
Well, sorry guys, me and Rach are noobs and we placed a tripod right in front of the camera, so we are very apologetic about that.
So Bonnie, how did you deal with peer pressure in high school? Let me do your other eyebrow.
Guys, peer pressure is actually so real in high school, and it's so funny because we learn about it in PDHP, and when we're younger, we're like, ugh, we're never gonna do that, we're never gonna drink, we're never gonna do all that. You know, it genuinely comes down to like knowing yourself, knowing your boundaries, and setting these boundaries before you get yourself into those situations. For some of you, you know, you might have friends who smoke if you're in senior years. Before you're even in those situations, I remember making a promise to myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm never gonna smoke. Like, that's one thing I'm never gonna ever do. And when you come to those situations where, you know, maybe you have friends that like, that offer you like a cigarette, because you set that boundary and you told yourself you're not gonna compromise, the chances of you not compromising is definitely lower or higher?
Lower.
The chances of you compromising is definitely lower, and these boundaries will actually help.
Smile, Bonnie, I'm doing your blush.
If you ever do, you know, compromise, I'm gonna tell you right now, Jesus is not gonna let you go and let go of your hands and ditch you in that place because you compromise. But also, I'm gonna be real with you. Once you compromise, it's so easy to just fall into that loop of constant compromisation, if that's even a word. Compromisation. So what I mean is, because you've done it once, your brain's just like, oh, you know, you've done it once, it wasn't that bad, you know, like, okay, if you do it again. And that temptation is always going to be there once you compromise. So guys, I'm telling you, just don't do it. Just don't do it.
I got my eyeshadow palette here. Let me see.
Wait, why is my eye closed? I'm not even blindfolded.
Bonnie, can you tell us about a time where you evangelized to maybe one of your high school friends?
Hey guys, I'm gonna be real with you. Evangelism is not my strong point. Oh my gosh, it's like stuffing the eyeshadow in my eyes. So when it comes to like speaking, it has never been a strong point of mine, so let alone evangelizing where I'm like, whoa, extra nervous. But in terms of doing it in high school, like, God calls us to do it, and that's something we cannot escape as much as we try to convince ourselves. So guys, don't try to create a loophole for yourself. It ain't gonna work. You know, when you have conversations with your friends, don't be afraid to slip Jesus or God in. Not not with the idea like, oh, if I slip it in, then like maybe they'll believe, but just, you know, Jesus and God is like our friends, so why don't we talk about them like they're one of our friends. Say if I caught up with Rachael on Saturday and I'm telling another friend about, you know, what happened, I'd be like, oh yeah, I had a friend called Rachael and like we did this. Well, just, it's the same thing with God. Don't be afraid of using God or Jesus in your everyday language. Like, don't think of it as a taboo language. People will actually wonder, they're like, oh, like, what do you mean, like, you spend time with God? Like, what does that even look like? And that's when you can actually segue into having one of those conversations. But yeah, year 12, I remember just sharing my faith to my friend while we were studying math. I'm just like, yeah, like, I guess in a way I'm not as stressed because I know, like, God's given me peace. And she'll be like, oh, like, what do you mean by like God gives you peace? And she has like all these questions. Everyone has questions about, I guess, like faith. Like, it's something that's inherently just within us. There's like a hole in us that knows there's something more out there. So when you have these, like, I guess, topics brought up, people are inherently going to be interested. And with that being said, you know, sometimes people might not always react the way that you want, but they're super open. And in those cases, if someone wants to fight you, my biggest advice is to not fight them back, because their mind is set on trying to prove you wrong, and there's nothing that you're gonna say that is gonna change their mind.
I'm gonna try to do eyeliner now. I know Bonnie likes a little bit of a wing and she uses brown eyeliner. Are there any regrets that you have in high school?
If I could go back and I guess improve something, it would probably be inviting friends to camp, especially in junior years. I think what I love about juniors is they have this boldness about them. The standards of the world hasn't really gotten into their minds yet. The juniors, when you ask your friends out, like, it's actually not as scary as it is in senior years, where that judgment is definitely there in the back of your mind. So juniors, just ask your friends out to camp. And also another advice is, once you invite them to camp, actually spend time with them. Because I remember back in junior years, I invited a friend to camp, but I also really loved my church friends. And I remember camp was that time where I could actually spend a week of, you know, a solid week with them. So I remember just completely ditching the friend that I invited and just spending time with my church friends. Looking back on it, it genuinely wasn't worth it. Maybe through that camp, if you had just been a bit more present with her, like, it could definitely like impact her or impact her faith. And like, guys, there's gonna be so many other camps where you can spend time with your church friends. Let's be a bit sacrificial here, be a bit selfless, and just think about maybe even the salvation that is waiting for your friends.
Yeah, just to add on to that, like, when you do invite your friends, and it's very likely that they will reject you, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, in the Bible it talks about when people reject the gospel, they're rejecting God, they're not rejecting you. Whoa, I dropped something.
That was a mic drop moment, that's why.
I'm gonna do Bonnie's lipstick now. This is the last step. Alright, come here, Bonnie. Oh my gosh, my wand control here. Oh, what am I touching? Are your lips closed? Alright, rub your lips together. Guys, did you know Kylie Jenner can do her lipstick with her eyes closed? It's time for the finish look. Alright, no. Let me see. Turn around. Okay. I feel like her foundation matches her skin tone really well.
No, it doesn't. It's orange. With the matte she put on.
This is a bit unfortunate. But I did the highlighter well. The blush is pretty good. And besides the monobrow, that eyeshadow, guys. And the concealer, it really brightened under there.
It's because you made my foundation so dark.
I'm pretty proud of myself. You guys can vote in the comments if you think I did it better or Bonnie did it better blindfolded. But yeah, thanks for sharing, Bonnie. Hope you guys learned more about her high school life, maybe took some useful tips and help. She shared a lot of gold in there. But yeah, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to Dig JC's YouTube channel, turn on notifications as well. And we'll see you next time. Bye guys!
Bye. I sound like a dying goat.